morning and welcome to today's 5 with Fitz. Futures are sitting at record high levels ahead of remarks from Fed Chair Jay Powell. Here's my playbook. Number one, what the numbers tell us about where the markets go from here. There have been 9 instances since 1931 when the S&P 500 has risen more than 10% during the first 8 months of the year. The index then continued to rise another 8.4% on average over the remaining 4 months of each year. Not one instance produced a negative return. Everything comes down to Jay Powell. Point number 2, what kind of bonehead buys the news when everybody else already knows the news? That was CNBC's Jim Cramer's take on yesterday's rally following news that Pfizer's vaccine has received FDA approval. Mine is perhaps a bit simpler, no insults needed. It's FOMO, fear of missing out. People who have missed the rally because they were scared, uncertain, and ambiguous about the virus are simply now realizing they've got to catch up. So they're keen to buy stocks even if they have to pay up. There are a lot of ifs, of course, but then again, there always are. If the Fed threads the needle, if politics don't wreck the rally, if geopolitics calm down. But that's really a question of risk management, not opportunity. Incidentally, I expect traders to try a head fake later this week to shake the weak money out, which is of course an opportunity, not something to fear. Be in to win or you won't win. I think I'm going to go shopping. Point number 3, last person out of California, please turn out the lights. We talked about this early in the pandemic, and the data increasingly backs up my assertion that California is simply A, too expensive, and B, business hostile. Las Vegas is a primary destination for a cross-border move, as is Washington State, where prices continue to increase, and out-of-state buyers are, interestingly enough, flush with cash. Point number 4, must-solve problems equal must-own stocks, and here's the list. The United States has several primary problems it must solve, including cybersecurity, the AI arms race, digital currency, and U.S.-China relations. Our nation will not survive as we know it today if we don't fix these problems. Trillions of dollars will get spent to ensure that we do. Want to know which stocks to buy? It's pretty simple. Start with today's presidential invite list. Names include CEO of Apple, Tim Cook, Amazon.com CEO, Andy Jassy, Alphabet CEO, Sundar Pichai, and Microsoft CEO, Satya Nadella. Also on the list are other prominent chief executives, including B of A's Brian Moynihan, JP Morgan Chase's Jamie Dimon, and IBM's Arvind Krishna. You know what to do. Point number 5, rest in peace Charlie Watts, my friend. Like many, I was caught by surprise yesterday that Rolling Stones drummer Charlie Watts passed away. And frankly, it hit me hard. You see, I met Mr. Watts in Seattle as a young man, where the band was playing 2 shows as part of their American tour to promote Tattoo You. At once a gentleman and a musician, Mr. Watts was incredibly and exceptionally kind to me, who was at the time a diehard, starry-eyed young fan. We talked for several minutes, and I felt like the only guy in the room before he said simply, "I enjoyed meeting you. I need to join the band now," with a smile, a handshake, and a wave. What class. Thank you for the music, Mr. Watts. I'm going to miss you. Bottom line, the late Steve Jobs said something in 2005 to Stanford University's graduating class, and I find myself thinking about that today, considering Charlie Watts' death. Mr. Jobs said, quote, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living somebody else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking." Jobs was right. Live your life on your terms. Do your own thinking. Invest to create the wealth that makes that possible. Repeat as many times as you need it. You got this, I promise. As always, make it a great day. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching today's Morning 5 with Fitz. Click subscribe to get daily market notes right here on YouTube, or sign up for the email versions at the link below. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram for my real-time thoughts on markets, analysis, and more.